have faith one day it's gonna freaking boom and be all over people's pages. Okay, no. Hey queens, hey my loves, hey baddies, hey bitches, what is up and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, comment any video suggestions you want to see from me down below, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I promise I'm going to start posting a lot more consistently. I want to post at least twice a week, which I've kind of been doing, but I definitely want to set a routine and a schedule and take the channel in a slightly different direction. So definitely stay subscribed, stay tuned, and just be aware that there may be some like content changes, just because my tummy tuck has already been 4 months. I'm already 4 months post-op, so I don't want to necessarily keep putting tummy tuck content out there. This is going to be like a little bit of a 4-month update, as well as a tummy tuck and BBL supplies updated video, because I posted shop with me and pack with me video for my tummy tuck and my BBL, and there were tons of supplies that I put in there, and honestly I did not use all of them. So I wanted to do a little bit more of an updated version of that video, just to say what I used versus what I didn't actually use. So I don't exactly know what I'm going to title this video, but it basically is a updated, finalized, what you actually need for your tummy tuck or your Brazilian butt lift or liposuction, but mainly for your tummy tuck and your Brazilian butt lift, what you actually need versus what you don't. So I officially hit the 4-month post tummy tuck mark. I feel great. I honestly feel really good. I don't wear my faja. I wear it pretty much every single day, but not all day. I go out a lot without it, if I'm being honest. And sometimes if I go too long without it, or if I like go to the gym and then I still don't put the faja on throughout the day, later on I do feel like I get very swollen. I have the faja on right now. I do feel like I get very swollen, and it's a hard feeling to explain, but I just feel like extra tender to the touch. Like if I graze my fingers on my stomach, I feel like extra tender. It's so hard to explain. If you've done liposuction or tummy tuck, then you know exactly what type of feeling I'm talking about. It's not painful, it's just not the most comforting, and you feel like your skin is definitely working harder to heal, or you feel like your skin is expanding as the swelling is starting to form. So I try not to go a full day without my faja. Again, I'm 4 months post-op. I do try to wear it at least when I go to sleep, or at least for a few hours throughout the day, and usually I'll feel okay. So if the majority of the day I don't have it, but then I put it on in the evening and then I go to sleep with it, I feel really good the next day. So you just have to listen to your body. At this point, I don't think you need the faja all the time. You should try to alternate between the faja or a waist trainer or a binder. I go to the gym and I honestly don't use a waist trainer right now, because I'm scared of my incision getting rubbed or possibly getting infected again. My incision is pretty much healed and closed, but I'm slightly paranoid because if you've seen my previous video, the first time I went to the gym, I did wear a waist trainer. It was way too soon after my surgery, so I think that's probably why it ended up getting infected, and I don't know if the waist trainer had anything to do with it. But personally, at this point, I go to the gym and I don't use a waist trainer. Right now, I'm going to start wearing a waist trainer when I go to the gym. I'll show you guys. Lily, my cat is just destroying everything. I'm gonna probably try to do like a waist trainer haul and just show different waist trainers that I get either from Amazon or wherever, and I'll share that with you. But at this point right now, when I go to the gym, if I'm being honest, I don't actually wear anything to go to the gym. But I also don't do core workouts. I do everything except core and except anything that's like high impact and jumping, and I feel completely fine. But like I said, I do want to start wearing a waist trainer because I feel like my waist needs that extra contouring, and I feel that I'm ready. So you really have to listen to your own body and determine like what feels comfortable for you. So I feel like I'm a little bit more experienced in terms of what I didn't use and what I actually needed post-op, and I honestly spent way too much money on supplies that a lot of them are still brand new in the box. So if anybody kind of wants some of my supplies that I didn't actually use, message me, comment on this video, and I'll figure out who I decide to give it to. So I have 2 videos out there, like I said, a pack with me and a shop with me. I'll include them here if you want to see those videos, but right now what I'm gonna go based off of is my Amazon shopping list. So I'll link it down below. I did put together like a BBL Tummy Tuck Supplies shopping list. This is what I'm looking like, by the way. This dress is from Fashion Nova, and I do have my stage 2 faja, which is a size large. I wasn't able to fit into this post-op, and this is pretty much how it looks. I love this faja because it really snatches my waist. It really contours my hips. It really like cinches in this part but then expands on this part. So I absolutely love how it makes my body look. But yeah, so like I said, I'll link the list down below. Let me pull it up. Okay, so BBL and Tummy Tuck Supplies, right? Neosporin. Neosporin you actually will need. You will need it for different reasons. At one point, about 5 weeks post-op, my my belly button had gotten a little bit infected, and I used Neosporin every other day as per my doctor's instructions. My area where the tubes came out of, the drainage tubes came out of, was very like irritated and red, so a lot of times I would put Neosporin around where the hole was. And also to clean, you don't really necessarily need Neosporin for this, but to drain the tubes you need something like greasy so you can kind of get all the blood out of the tubes. So I would end up like using some Neosporin and just kind of glide it on the tubes. So Neosporin I think is a must-have because you don't know what's going to get infected. My incision got infected, like I said, about 5 weeks post-op after I went to the gym for the first time. And I was told to put a little bit of Neosporin on that. Again, it's not an everyday thing, and you don't know for sure if you're going to need it, but Neosporin is definitely an antibacterial ointment that you're going to need on hand because you're going to have so many open wounds. So you're going to want to just have that on hand rather than need it and not have it. So Neosporin is a must. The Stayfree maxi pads, now I would get a very small pack. It doesn't have to be Stayfree, but it should be like something like a maxi pad or something thick. I would say preferably without like the wings on the side. I didn't use this until I developed a seroma right near my incision. So it's one of those things that you don't know if you're gonna need it, but if you have it, it will come in handy. So I developed like a boil or like a water cyst type thing right next to the incision, and the instructions were to put a pad on top of it and then put the compression garment over it. So it was very, very useful that I had that because I developed that seroma within the first week post-op. So I was still like in the hotel. I couldn't really move much. I couldn't really do much. So it was really good to have it. So I would say to definitely get a small package of pads, but not a big. I bought a huge pack. I didn't need that. So just get like the smallest pack that you could possibly find, or bring like 4 or 5 of them with you. Bio oil, definitely a must. I didn't buy this until after I got back from the hotel and I was already home and my incision already had sealed up. So bio oil is definitely something that I would get, but you don't necessarily need it until about 2 months post-op because you're not supposed to use it until your incision closes. So you can wait if you want to and order it on Amazon when you get back home, or you can get it ahead of time if you just want to be prepared. But bio oil I would definitely say you should use because it's a scar therapy treatment and it helps to minimize the scar, hydrate the scar, and all of that good stuff. So definitely get some bio oil, and it goes pretty quickly, so I would get like a 3-pack if you can. Robes, hands down you're gonna need robes. You're gonna be a bloody mess, you're gonna be a dirty mess, and you're gonna want to have at least 2 or 3 robes that you can alternate and wash in between. And I'm telling you, you're gonna get blood everywhere and you're gonna be a mess and you're gonna be stinking, and it's just like you're gonna need robes also because they're gonna have to open from the front, maybe tie at the hips, and that's gonna be really, really handy because you're not gonna be wanting to like put anything on. It's hard enough doing the faja, let alone having to put clothes on. So robes will come in handy. Compression socks you absolutely need. The doctor will tell you that before you even get to the surgery, you need to be wearing compression socks. Super important to prevent blood clots. You will need a walker. Now, before you go and spend your money on a walker, you can find out if the hotel that you're staying in will be able to provide you one, or if you can find like a rental, because walkers are not necessarily that cheap. Or if you have like an elderly parent or elderly grandparent and you can borrow a walker, great. But you're going to need a walker because it's going to help you to walk, because in the beginning stages, the more you walk, the faster you're going to heal. But also, And you're also going to prevent blood clots, but you're going to have to be walking like hunched over. So your back, your lower back, especially if you have issues like I do, it's going to hurt. So if you get the walker, it's going to help just give you that extra support as you're walking like a little viejita, okay? Next up is going to be Arnicare tablets. That's going to be on my you do not need list. I'm going to put everything in a PDF if I can, and I'll attach it here. But Arnicare tablets, I don't think you necessarily need. Your doctor should provide you with something that's going to help you with like pain and bruise relief. But Arnicare, both times that I did my surgeries, I actually didn't use the Arnicare tablets. And if I ever did, I didn't feel like they did absolutely anything. So I wouldn't get any Arnicare tablets, just being completely honest. That's my personal opinion. I bought several packs and I absolutely did not use them or need them. Next up on a do not need list is the hydration what is this called? Hydration multiplier. You're not going to need that. It's supposed to replace like it's supposed to keep you hydrated. It's supposed to give you some electrolytes. But I would honestly say you're probably better off with Gatorade. This particular one was very high in sodium, and when you're post-op, you're not going to need something that's very high in sodium because you're going to end up swelling up even more. So I didn't realize this. I did drink like 1 bottle my first 2 days after surgery, but even my post-op nurse, she did not want me drinking it, honestly, and she was like, just drink Gatorade if you want to really replace your electrolytes. This is way too high in sodium. So I wasted my money on that because to use it for just 2 drinks, like, it was pointless. So I think Gatorade is fine. Miralax, I didn't really use the Miralax. I used the Colace, so if you see that right next to it, I did use the Colace at about 1 week post-op, but prior to that, my doctor had already prescribed me with like a medical grade stool softener, which you're going to need because you're going to be kind of constipated from the anesthesia and all the medicines that you're taking, and your whole body's just going to kind of be haywire internally, and when you do decide to use the bathroom, you're going to want it to be as easy of a process as possible. So you're going to need a stool softener. Like I said, your doctor should provide you with a medical grade one, but otherwise you can get over-the-counter Colace. And I did actually use that a lot because a lot of the pain medicine that they would give me after my operation also caused me to be constipated. So that helped a lot. Derma, you can use Derma, but like I said, if you get the bio oil, you won't really need the Derma unless you want to alternate. But I did get Derma. So that's up to you if you want to get it. I would say just save your money. Just pick one scar treatment that you feel is going to be best for you. Personally, I like the bio oil the best. You're going to need an antimicrobial wound therapy. You're not going to want to put this on your incision necessarily until it's already healed, or if you, for any reason, it's infected, but you're going to need permission from your doctor to use it. But I did use the antibacterial spray a lot on where the drain tubes came out. So I tried to keep that area as clean as possible and prevent it from getting any type of infections. So I would say that the spray is very important to have. Now this thing, I didn't actually get this thing. This is like a carrier pouch for your drain. I wish I would have had it during the surgery. I would say to get it because it would make showering a lot easier. There was a lot of times where I would take a shower with the drain and by accident the drain would fall. When that drain falls, it pulls on your skin and it hurts. Like, it's not super painful, but it's also not super comfortable. And it's just, for me, I get easily skeeved out by certain things. So that really irritated me a lot. So if I had like a shower pouch, it would be good. I ended up like taping and using gauze and like making my own little pouch. But if I would have had that, if I would have known about that, I would have gotten that. Now this is like a wedge setup. Personally, I think this is a waste of money because you'll see later on in this list, the only thing you should be getting and focused on at your house and even in the hotel finding a rental company is getting a recliner, because with the tummy tuck, you're going to need a recliner. And not just any recliner, I'll talk about it more when we get to that section, but you're going to want a recliner that kind of raises all the way to help you out. So basically wedges, I wouldn't say are going to be really that good because it's going to be hard for you to get in and out of bed with that. If you can't afford a recliner, okay, fine, then get the wedges, but you're still going to need a lot of assistance getting in and out of bed. Or maybe you can get the wedges when you're ready to get out of the recliner and you want to go back into your actual bed, but you don't want to lay flat yet. okay, then maybe you can get the wedges. But personally, you won't be using it that long, so I don't think it's worth the investment because wedges are not cheap. So if you can DIY that, then DIY it. Little back foam boards you're gonna want. My back was super swollen because of the lipo, so I would definitely get that little backboard thingy because my lower back was like the most swollen, and this one provided a little bit extra cushion to reduce the swelling compared to the other backboards that are out there on the market. So I did get that. I would say to get that. A pump I would say to get, not for the Avocado Float that you're gonna see. The Avocado Float is something that's gonna be on the do not buy list, especially if you are doing a tummy tuck. If you're just doing the BBL, okay, maybe. But I bought that to sleep in the hotel. I could not, there was no way I would be able to get in and out of it with the condition that I was in post tummy tuck. So yes, it has the cutout for your butt, but it's not practical for you. The pump is still definitely necessary because I also got a BBL canoe, and the pump helped me to blow up the BBL canoe when I got back home, and I was able to get in and out of the canoe, and the BBL canoe is a lot more raised off of the ground compared to just the Avocado Float. So I would say if you're gonna get any type of inflatable, get a pump. Don't get the Avocado Float. That's my personal opinion. It's a waste of money. Bromelain is a good supplement to have because it is an anti-inflammatory supplement. I also got like a ginger syrup. So there's a lot of supplements that you can get, but Bromelain I would definitely say is one of the ones that you should get. Now if you look at this recliner here, this recliner, it goes all the way like up, and like it helps you plant your feet on the ground without you having to exert any force. So a recliner like this will be absolutely amazing. It is somewhat of an investment, and when I was there, I rented mine. I forget how much I rented mine now. I put a video with how much everything costs, so go and check that out. But I did rent mine while I was there, and it was just like this, and it was a lifesaver. Lifesaver. Because I was able to get in and out of it and go to the bathroom on my own without having to wake anybody up or needing any type of assistance, without having to feel any pain, because your stomach is gonna feel insane. So you need as much assistance as possible. If you're gonna be recovering at home, I would say it is definitely worth the investment. And if you get a cute one, it could just be part of your furniture afterwards. So definitely a recliner is a must above all, even above a BBL canoe, even above Avocado Float, wedges, all of that stuff. Hibiclens, definitely I would say to get that, mainly because I would shower with that for a few weeks post-op. Prior to surgery, they tell you to get like antibacterial soap, but most of the times your doctor is going to provide that to you. They would give you a soap that you're going to use to wash the night before. If not, use the Hibiclens. Or like Dial is a good antibacterial soap, but the Hibiclens is what I use to shower for weeks after the surgery. So I would definitely say to get that. You don't need the largest jug. Get the smallest size you can. None of this stuff is really like, well, it's only $6 actually, but definitely get Hibiclens. Arnicare gel. I didn't use the one that I bought because my doctor actually, let me see. Arnicare gel, depending on your doctor, my doctor gave me a little care kit. So, oh my god, my bra is like retarded right now. My doctor gave me a little bit of a care kit, so I didn't use the Arnicare gel that I bought. They provided me with their own Arnicare gel, as well as calendula extract gel, and this is really good in terms of like post-op massages, and just really helping your skin kind of with the bruising and the healing and the recovery process. So your doctor might give you a care kit, so you might want to find out about that before you go and buy your own Arnicare gel. Otherwise, just get it. It really doesn't hurt, but I personally don't feel like that's like a super important must-have. This is one thing I wanted to mention. This is Biocornium Advanced Scar Treatment. This is supposedly the best scar treatment that there is, even better than the bio oil. My doctor did provide this to me. So again, find out if your doctor gives this to you. Even if they do, look at how small the container is. But definitely find out if your doctor provides this before you go and buy it. But if you can, this is what it looks like. I'll link everything down below. Alcohol prep pads, definitely a must. You will need it again to clean your drainage tubes and just to clean anything that needs to be like cleaned extra well. For me, I also had to give myself injections to prevent any blood clots, and I needed the alcohol prep pads to prep my skin. Gauze pads, I would say just to have gauze pads on hands. durable cloth first aid tape tears easily. I would definitely say that's important to have on hand. You don't know when you're gonna need it. I used to use it just to keep my drain tubes in place and not move around too much. Rinse-free bath sponges, absolutely a must-have. You don't necessarily need to get this brand, but you will need rinse-free bath sponges because you're gonna feel really dirty in the beginning and you're not gonna be able to shower within like the first day or two. I was able to shower the next day, but if you're too low on energy or you just can't get up and you can't, but you feel dirty, those are gonna come so in handy. A urinal, absolute must have. You need that, like hands down. You will need that to use the bathroom. You will need Weewee Pads because even if you want to have it on your recliner just to prevent any blood from going directly on the recliner, you're going to need some type of Weewee Pads or mattress pads to protect whatever you're sleeping on, because the first few days you're going to be leaking blood everywhere. This is one of those things. So obviously you need the fajas. My doctor also gave me a waist trainer. This is one of the things that I will say you will not need. It's a Brazilian butt lift toilet seat lifter. I didn't actually use this. I maybe used it once. It was a cool concept, but I personally didn't really like it. You can get it if you wanted to be bougie like I did in the beginning, but I would say this is on the do not need list. The urinal is what's really important. Lipofoams, absolute must. Lipofoams, backboards, ab boards, those are must-haves. A BBL pillow and a back support pillow, absolute must-haves. That's what helped me get in and out of the airplane and in cabs and like transporting, and even in the recliner I had the BBL pillow. So you're gonna need a BBL pillow and then back support just to give yourself that extra support. This is another thing. This is like a massage roller. I would say this you don't necessarily need. You can do a lot of self massages with your hands, but it's super important that I would say you go and get as many professional lymphatic massages as possible, especially post tummy tuck and post lipo, because it's going to really help to improve your results as best as possible. Because this video is kind of random, someone asked for it and I decided just to film it. So I hope that this video, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below. A lot of girls actually reach out to me on Instagram and they DM me with specific questions. They send me pictures and ask me for advice, and I would give them the best advice I possibly can. At the end of the day, I'm always going to tell you to go to your doctor first and foremost. There are other resources like realself.com. Beauty and the Surgeon is another Instagram page that I always go to, and she posts questions on there for other girls to answer as well. It's like a whole surgery community. I'm sure there are surgery groups that you can be part of. So there's a lot of information out there, but I am perfectly fine with you reaching out to me, DMing me specific questions, and we can talk about it as much as possible, and I will help you as best as I can. Otherwise, that's a wrap for this video. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for watching. Bye!